Hello there, I'm Russell Brand, this is the Trews. If you're watching the Trews, it's because you know it's true news and you can't trust normal news because of the old propaganda. Today on True News, if you subscribe to it, you'll get it directly into your consciousness. It will run through every cell of your body, recreating truth throughout you. Today, we're talking about minimum wage, Walmart. Should we pay people the minimum wage? What's the minimum? Oh, it's $10. Pay them that then. Jesus Christ, don't pay them any more than the minimum, will you? Minimum wage. People are arguing with that. There shouldn't be a minimum. We should be able to give them as little as we want. How can that even be an argument? Do you know who's causing all the problems economically in this country? It's ordinary people with no power and no money. It's them. Let's give them less.
Walmart workers have launched a series of strikes in 20 cities across the country to demand a salary of $25,000 a year. The action comes in the heels of a scathing new report by the progressive think tank Demos that found women are disproportionately impacted by the company's pay scale, and that Walmart could pay its workers $25,000 without charging customers more.
Why are you making it impossible to do them kind of jobs? It's hard enough doing them sort of jobs without shafting people for every single penny. And imagine getting to the point where, like, bloody hell, they're just not even going to give us a pittance. 25 grand a year. They're striking to get 25 grand a year. That's out of control.
We contacted Walmart for a response, and they provided us with this statement from spokesperson Lori Lundberg.
Each year we see the same union group set up these PR stunts to...
Look at their slogan, Walmart. Save money, live better. Unless you work here, in which case you're fucked. They have to drive past that or walk or whatever means of transport every day. Save money, live better. Could we have one pen? No!
About 100 of our 1.3 million associates are participating.
Associates? Hello, you're my associate. Get to work. Could I have some more money? No, associate. You fucking can't.
Which is less than last year, and that's because our associates understand. They know that they have a good job.
400 years ago, millions of associates were taken from Africa and forced onto associate ships where they were bonded in manacles and forced to build America. Then eventually these associates rose up. And the associate trade was banned.
It's also important to note that the associates who are part of this front group, they still work at Walmart.
The associates are refusing to cut the sugar cane. Oh, these bloody associates.
Walmart provides associates with more opportunity for career growth than other companies in America.
You get benefits. You're an associate. Who wouldn't want to be an associate? If only there was like loads of money sloshing around in the Walmart family somewhere. This just in, from information I know already, the 6 children of the bloke who founded Walmart have got between them as much money, get ready for the information, as 180 million poorest Americans.
Now it is Walmart workers demanding $15 an hour. State of the Union's author, Phil Dine, says they should get it. Tracy Burns from our sister network, the Fox Business Network, says these protests will end up hurting everyone.
These protests will end up hurting everyone. Like, how can you possibly shift the blame to people who are asking for $15 an hour when the 6 children of the Walmart founder have got as much money as 185 million people? You should have invented a Walmart if you want your children to have as much money as half of America. There are certain conditions that enabled that person to get that money. Not everyone's starting from the same place. And surely, once someone's got much too much money, there is an argument for some kind of sharing. In 1968, the minimum wage was high enough to keep a family of 3 out of poverty. Fair enough. In 1980, the minimum wage was high enough to keep a family of 2 out of poverty. Today, the minimum wage leaves a working parent with 1 child in poverty. Oh God, everything's getting worse. No, it isn't. I've got a graph.
If they raise wages without actually really meaning to, they're cutting into their bottom line that will therefore cut into the entire corporation.
They're cutting into their bottom line. Yeah, because they're obviously strapped for profit. I mean, some of the kids have only got as much money as 50 or 60 million ordinary Americans.
Walmart, as an overall corporation, has to make this decision on their own.
Why don't they just come on the telly and go, we like having more money than we need. We like having too much money. Fuck off. That's the argument. Well, the reason they don't say that is because then they know that you support the striking Walmart workers. There's loads of myths about minimum wage, and I imagine Tracy Burns there at Fox Business is one of the people that's perpetuating them. There's a thing called Mythbusters. Look how much myths there are. It's like ancient Greece. Increasing minimum wage lacks public support. The overwhelming majority of Americans support an increase. I wonder why that would be. Perhaps because they'll be directly affected. Increasing the minimum wage, is another myth, will result in job losses for newly hired and unskilled workers. Minimum wage increases have little to no negative effect on employment, as was shown in independent studies. Increasing the minimum wage will cause people to lose their job. A review of 64 studies on minimum wage increases found no discernible effect on employment. So they just say, oh shit, what can we say? We don't want to do this minimum wage because then we'll have less money and less power. Tell people that their eyes will fall out. Your eyes will fall out. We're trying to stop. We're only trying to stop you having your eyes fall out. So they'll just say any mad lie to prevent the change happening. And then when you look at them, oh, right, none of this stuff's true. This isn't about small businesses. This is about great big corporations. And this is about a governing ideology. This ideology being espoused by this extremist. Also, she's an extremist. That woman's an extremist. That's an extreme ideology. That's evil. That is the ugly side of humanity. She is at war with love. She's at war with the most beautiful aspects of our nature. Look at the people on the protest. They all look really nice, normal folks. How about just a decent bit of wage so we can feed our families? Shut up!
Just because these people want more money doesn't necessarily mean they deserve it.
What about the Walmart heirs with all that money? What about all these billionaires?
Just because we want more money, it doesn't mean you deserve.
Yes, exactly. We know you want more money. You don't deserve it. You've got too much. You're destroying the planet. Let's try some different stuff.
Phil Dine, what say you?
Why should Walmart workers be on public service? On public dole because they get such low pay.
But they have jobs, Phil. Don't take the job if you don't want it.
She's gone beyond capitalism to a new thing, which I think it might be devil worship. Like, I mean, I've had a hard week getting slagged off in the press and stuff, but at least I'm not working at Walmart, the only job I could get, not being given minimum wage, and then attacked on the media for trying to stand up for basic human rights. Wow. We're lucky if we're not in that position. Those of us that are not in that position have an obligation to help people that are.
They are still getting paid. They get paid quite well.
Why don't you fucking work for it then? Why don't you go and do your fucking blag for fucking $10 an hour?
And the majority of Walmart's employees are part-timers anyway.
They're part-timers anyway. The rest of the week they're playing golf, tennis.
But why do they go to work then, Phil? Look, go find another job.
Oh God, please stop, you inhumane monster.
I mean, I think at this point, there's a lot of people happy just to have jobs.
Be happy just to have a job.
I'm so hungry, my children.
Happy.
The notion that they could demand more for, with all due respect, ringing a cash register, I think is completely unfair to the company.
When is someone going to stand up for these giant transnational billionaire corporations?
Phil, we've always in this country provided wages according to the supply and demand of labor for that particular job. What you're proposing is to just give a huge wage raise to people simply because they are there.
Yeah, that's right, mate, because they're there. Like you're here. Like we're all here together. Look at these smiling, beaming protesters. Joyful people standing up together, trying to get a decent wage for doing a difficult job.
I mean, these people, it's like they want to be treated with dignity and respect simply because they were born.
Not because they've upgraded their skills at all.
The 6 children, just for plopping out of the right vagina, have got as much money as half of America.
Look, at the beginning of the last century, manufacturing workers were very poorly paid. Service sector workers were better paid. Why did manufacturing workers get better pay? Because they organized and negotiated contracts.
That is important. Organise, negotiate contracts. Since the 80s in this country, and probably in America as well, unions have been attacked and undermined. If you can join a union, join a union. If you don't have a union, maybe think about how you can organise differently within your job. If we work together, we can change things.
If Walmart would stop keeping the unions out of their place, then they wouldn't need to be resorting to this. They would simply sit down at the negotiating table and hammer out a free agreement, a fair agreement. Walmart won't do that.
Because the unions are just hurting Walmart. They've been hurting Walmart since, God, as long as I've been employed by this network, we've been talking about how the unions had done nothing but hurt Walmart.
The unions are hurting Walmart. Walmart, she thinks like Walmart's like a little rabbit or something. What's that, Walmart? What? You had a nightmare that people wanted to be paid a reasonable amount of money. Well, that's terrible, Walmart. Let me feed you my poison gray milk from my evil teats.
They're not not doing Walmart's employees any service by consistently fighting and demanding for things they don't deserve.
Oh no, a minimum wage. Some Walmart workers would like to go to the toilet. Why? Why? They're lucky to have a job. It's only a part-time job. Go to the toilet at home. Why? I'm sick of people hurting Walmart. What's that, Walmart? What? You want to drink blood from the necks of your employee? Okay. What? I'm sick of Walmart employees not sharing blood with Walmart. Come on, Walmart. I love you. Shh. It's okay. It's okay.
They come to work. They deserve the money they're making right now, Phil. They don't deserve to bang on management's door, to Stuart's point, just to demand more money just because.
Does she think it when she gets home? What about when she's home later? Like, she just goes home, she puts the key in the door, closes the door, kettle on. I've lost touch with humanity!
So your position is that in America in 2014, folks working full-time jobs should qualify for public assistance. That's your position.
They are making what Walmart wants to pay them. Who are you or anyone else to determine that number?
She'd go on the telly and defend anything, I think. There's nothing you could do in the name of making money. Some people say it's wrong to use human flesh in pink berry yogurt ice creams. No! What's wrong with using little children's flesh? Who are we to tell Pink Berry what to do?
I guess workers have no rights in your America.
I've got one question for you, Phil, and I've asked you this one before. If Google and Apple, for example, were fully unionized, do you think they'd be the companies they are today?
Look, if we give ordinary human beings rights, how on earth are we supposed to have great, big, gigantic, unnecessary corporations? We might not have them, but what we might also not have is galling inequality and ecological meltdown.
They're creative companies. They don't have people who clock on at 9 in the morning and clock out at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. They've got people involved in the creative process all the way through, and they're brilliant, world-leading companies.
He's meant to be like the impartial newscaster.
Hello, welcome to the news. I'd just like to add, on an impartial note, go Apple!
You think they would maintain that position if they were unionized?
You just made my point. My point was that that's apples and oranges to Walmart. And you just made the point for me.
No, it's not. No, it is not. No.
No, it isn't. Fuck you. Don't you... Hold on. Is this guy criticizing Apple? I'll come there and I'll elbow you in the throat.
Walmart is a brilliant retailer. If they were unionized, they would lose some of that brilliance. They are the largest retailer in the world, and they got there by having a dynamic workforce that works hard for the wages that they are paid. If they were unionized, they would lose that creativity, that dynamism. You know that.
You'd lose your dynamism, your je ne sais quoi.
He really loves Apple, that this guy's out of control.
There's so many ways to answer that. The best one I'll give you is Germany is about 4 times more unionized than we are, and their economy is booming.
It's not, actually. It's almost in recession.
It is! Shut up! Okay, so there's some true news. Capitalism is doing all right for the people at the top. It's not working as a system, and it's terrible for the people at the bottom of that system. Apple is not a sports team. Walmart is not a sports team. They've got loads and loads of money. Minimum wage is, as the name suggests, the minimum we can do to be considered decent human beings on this planet at a time of galling inequality and ecological meltdown. Support the Walmart strikers, support the fast food strikers, support anyone unionising anywhere. We have to have more rights for ordinary people, otherwise we're going to destroy the planet. That is some true news. True news. Subscribe here. Subscribe here. Subscribe here. True news.
Is a tool that is abused to fool you and to leave you scared and confused. Trews is like the news. If the news was true, I want some Trews. Let's have some Trews.